Linus Tech Tips coverage of Computex 2013 is powered by Western Digital. Our trusted gaming gear partner is Corsair Vengeance, and our trusted retail partner is ncix.com. So guys, it's day 3 of our Computex 2013 coverage. Don't forget, we are powered by Western Digital, so we're starting out at our home base here in the WD booth. We are giving away a ton of stuff after the show. Guys, remember, the more you watch, the more you win. Check out the links in the video description for a chance to win all kinds of crazy prizes just by watching our coverage of WD here at Computex. So we're going to talk a little bit about WD Red, and this is not going to be a new topic for anyone who's been following me for any amount of time. What you see on the table in front of you is an example of what exactly makes WD Red special. So this is a bunch of different NASs, or network attached storage devices. You got 2-bay devices. You got 4-bay devices. This particular one is from ASUS store. It actually feels pretty nice, and you can see right there's a red in there. You can also see right there that these reds are packed incredibly tightly. So WD Red is validated not only for compatibility across a wide variety of NAS enclosures, but it is also optimized for NAS operation in a couple of key ways. So number one is that it runs extremely cool. So the thing about NAS is you're packing these hard drives together as close as you possibly can in order to, well, save space. But what happens with that is they're going to be able to pass heat to each other, and sometimes they're not very effectively cooled. So that's why having a cooler running drive in the first place is going to give you better reliability. Next thing is with 3D Active Balance Plus, you eliminate the danger that comes from lower performance as well as potentially reduced reliability from the drives transferring vibrations to each other. This is another thing that makes them optimized for NAS. Now, if you buy a NAS and you buy a WD Red drive and then it doesn't work for whatever reason, the other thing that comes along with WD Red is premium support. You got 24/7 support. Call a number, talk to someone. There's probably something wrong that goes beyond just the drive or just the NAS. There's probably something else at play, because there's a very good chance that, well, I don't want to say it's PEBCAC, but there you go. Let's move on to the Stagger Dynamics Elite Core. This is one of the prizes that we are going to be giving away if we can generate 100,000 views average for our WD content here at Computex. This is a liquid-cooled HTPC system that is fully gaming grade. So the graphics card in there, I actually have no idea what that is, but whatever it is, it looks like probably a 690 or something along those lines. Very high-end graphics card. The one we're going to be giving away has a GTX 780. And I want to draw your attention right over here to the similarities between a computer case and a NAS. So whether you're running in RAID or whether you're doing whatever it is you happen to be doing, hard drives do tend to get packed together really tight. So all that same stuff that applies to WD Red in a NAS enclosure applies in a computer case as well. In this case, that's 4 3TB WD Reds, and they are running in a RAID array, but being able to avoid transferring that vibration and that heat from drive to drive is beneficial regardless of the application. Now, while the Red may be the newest member of WD's one size does not necessarily fit all approach to hard drives, the Green's been around for a while. It's available in capacities up to 3 terabytes, and what's cool about the fact that it's been around for 5 years is this. Besides the proven track record, it's also still winning awards for eco-friendliness. The current generation product, actually the EZRX, which we've tested, not only maintains the cool operation and quiet operation of its predecessor, but it also improved performance dramatically, and this wasn't just marketing fluff. We were running real-world applications like Blackmagic's disk speed test and seeing those actual numbers coming out at us, and we were like, wow, that's actually really cool, because it's not all just about RPM anymore. Now, the other thing about a 5-year history is the fact that, well, it's got that track record. Now, some people might have the perception that WD Green is an unreliable drive, because the reality of it is, if you Google WD Green drive failure or something along those lines, you're going to find a lot of reports of failed drives. At the end of the day, any device fails, and a mechanical device particularly can fail. And the person who it fails for goes like this, and the person who it doesn't fail for goes like this. Now, this is a concept I've talked about a lot, and having chatted with the WD folks, I actually got a little bit of insight into the actual numbers, and it looks like because they've sold 120 million drives to date, the reason that there are thousands of complaints about it is the fact that even though the RMA rate is very low, when you sell that many drives, someone is going to have a problem, and not every problem is actually caused by the hard drive manufacturer. Many retailers do not pack drives correctly when they ship them to an end user. I have seen customers walking into a store to buy a hard drive, chucking it in the bottom of a bag, putting that bag in their backpack, walking out to the bus stop and dropping their bag on the ground. You don't treat a sensitive electronic device like that. So a lot of the time when someone says, oh hey, I bought 5 Western Digital green drives, 2 of them failed, all 40% of them die. Sometimes there's more to it than meets the eye, and the reality of it is, with margins in the IT industry, if WD was taking back 40% of their drives, they wouldn't be able to afford these fancy uniforms that our lovely WD booth member here is wearing. I'm sorry to put you on the spot like that. So in short, guys, WD Green is eco-conscious not only in power consumption, where for you it might not matter, but by the time you deploy 121 million of them, you save a few watts here and there times 120 million, it's probably going to add up, but also the way they manufacture them with lead-free, halogen-free materials, and it makes them optimal for not only standalone drive applications in your computer or small form factor enclosures where you can still put a 3.5-inch drive, but also things like their own enclosures where they rely only on passive cooling because the green does run so cool. Don't miss any of our Computex 2013 coverage by making sure you're subscribed to Linus Tech Tips, and check out the links in the video description. You can actually get some deals on WD drives as well as ways to figure out how we can amp up the prizes for our giveaway after the show and all that cool stuff.